probably seen the headlines out of Washington. Department of Government Efficiency leader Elon Musk calling Social Security a Ponzi scheme during his push for major cuts.
Well, this month, the former Social Security administrator warned DOGE's cuts could likely disrupt benefits for millions of Americans on Social Security. And tonight, an Oklahoma City man tells our Spencer Humphrey he thinks he's now among the first to have that happen.
If there's one thing James McCaffrey looked forward to more than anything about retirement,
taking more time with the grandkids.
It might have been the chance to finally dip into his life savings and, quite frankly, spoil his 3 grandkids. That and, of course, finally having the time to travel the world with his wife.
Puerto Vallarta.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But after he checked the mail Tuesday morning, he thought all those dreams may have to wait.
I'd hate to have to turn around and say, well, I have to worry about my next check. I can't do that.
You see, in the mail was a bill from Medicare.
And it said that I needed to pay $740 before the 25th of this month, or I was going to lose my Medicare.
That seemed off. Normally, Medicare just takes his monthly payment straight out of his Social Security check.
So I called Medicare. They returned my call after a wait and told me that they were unable to process it through my Medicare, my Social Security payment, that my Social Security was suspended.
He knew that definitely wasn't right.
I thanked him for his time and called Social Security.
After more than 2.5 hours on hold, someone with Social Security called him back and confirmed
that my account was suspended.
And that had apparently been the case as far back as mid-February.
She said she was going to input some stuff and that she hoped that would take care of it.
And sure enough, by the next morning,
I just got a simple email on my phone.
Miraculously, it had all been fixed.
And it said that my normal payment was going to resume in April. Well, that's fine and dandy. I enjoyed that, but they gave me no explanation.
To get an explanation, he had to do his own detective work. He thought back to an experience he had 2 years ago when he first went to the Social Security office to register for benefits.
The first person I talked to at the Social Security Administration told me that I was not an American citizen.
You see, James was born at a U.S. Army base in Germany where his dad was stationed for active duty. He has an American birth certificate, even stamped and sealed by the federal government.
As I was on American soil, I'm American. She told me I was going to need to hire a lawyer, get a naturalization, before I could even apply for Social Security.
So he came back later with his birth certificate and passport.
Got a different person, presented my things to him, and he says, I don't need these. You're fine. I don't know why. She's just misinformed. And I've never had a problem with anything.
But after he got that bill on Tuesday, he thought back to something he saw on TV recently. Elon Musk, the billionaire head of the Federal Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, speaking on Fox Business Network about his feelings and plans for Social Security.
That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants. By essentially paying them. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave.
James wondered, could what happened to him have anything to do with that?
I mean, I think they went into Social Security and suspended all foreign addresses, whether you reside at them, born on them.
When we reached out to the Social Security Administration to hear their explanation, they wouldn't talk, citing confidentiality rules.
And it makes me wonder how many other people are have gotten that same Medicare letter.
People, he worries, may not have the same time and energy.
I've been a diligent Boy Scout type. I prepared. But no, I shouldn't have to.
And people who don't share his same financial cushion.
And you interrupt that for 7 days, 2 weeks, or even longer, and they're in bad trouble. They could be out of a house, they could be out of food, I don't know.
And while the Social Security Administration wouldn't talk to us for this report, they did ask us to put them in touch with James. And he says they called him yesterday and again had no explanation for why this happened.